Welcome to another video from Gweilo60. This one we're going to talk about how stupid I am, and my wife too. We're both really stupid. As you know, I don't know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago, we put up our house for sale, or our Hojilu apartment here in China, without doing any looking for other places or anything. So it was on the market for 3-4 weeks approximately, and doodaloo, some people come over and they said, yes, we'll buy it. Okay, well, and we were pretty stoked about that. We thought, okay, now this is a chance for us to go and buy a place in an area of Nanning City that is more centralized. It's closer to everything. There's not so many people. So we had the people over and we signed the contracts and they put down a deposit and everything is hunky-dory. But what you got to remember is you need to read these contracts that you're signing in China, and you got to watch yourself, because a lot of these real estate companies are not working on your behalf. They're your agent, but they're not your friend. They're not there to help you. They're there to make money off you, is what it comes down to. So Wei Fong, because the house is under her name, because we bought it when she was still a Chinese citizen, and that was back when foreigners couldn't own property in China, and I think that's on a different video. So, and the fingerprints go on and stuff, and that's fine. And the only clause that they have on there is if the buyer can't get financing, then the contract is done. Okay, well, that's good. So then the next day we're hyped and happy, and we go out looking for a place in the area of Nanning that we wanted to live in. And then we're looking and we're looking and we're looking, and all of these places are garbage, shitholes, bad area, like they're dirty, there's bad management, and to boot, they're $1 million to $1.2 million RMB. So in Canadian terms, that's 200 to 210,000 Canadian dollars for a little 72 meter or 720 square foot apartment. So this isn't good. So we look for 8 days in a row, and we're hitting the pavement pretty hard, and there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. So then we go back to the contract and we say, well, what are we gonna do? So we start reading this contract, because, well, I don't read Chinese, and Wei Fong, well, she's not savvy on contract law or what different clauses mean. So we start going through it, and the first clause that we see is, if you break the contract before 20 days, there's a 5% fine for every 10,000 RMB up to the full amount of the property. Well, that's pretty steep. The second clause says you have to return the deposit plus pay them the amount of the deposit, and they put a pretty big deposit down, 50,000 RMB, and paid the real estate fees. Okay, well, the real estate fees, I can understand that and stuff. So we're thinking, well, it's cheaper, better, easier, because Hojilu is pretty nice. So we sit down and we decide on the night, the 7th, I think it's the 7th or the 8th night, that we were just going to suck it up and pay the penalty and back out of the contract, and then it's all over. Well, clause number 3 says if the buyer doesn't want to back out, well, each day that you're over 20 days on this contract, they tack on a penalty of 1% of the full value of the property. So you got a 50,000 RMB penalty for the deposit to the buyer. you've got about a 20,000 RMB penalty for commission for the real estate agency, and the third one is you get 1% fine per day on the property price, the full price. So after it's all said and done, you're already at 70,000 RMB, and then if they want to fight and they want the property really bad, and these guys really wanted this property because they'd probably looked around and did their homework before, and they knew that there wasn't a lot out there in Nanning. Nanning is a pretty competitive place. Then they could fight us in court, and they would win. And if it took a month, well, a month at the price that it would have been substantial. So if we would have lost. Anyway, so we went to this meeting yesterday afternoon, late yesterday afternoon, and we had the real estate company there, we had the buyers there, and Wei Fong and I'm there. And we sit there and we start dickering. Well, Wei Fong does, because she's the Chinese mouthpiece, I'm the Canadian mouthpiece, the English mouthpiece when we're in North America. Anyway, oh, that's a brandy burp. Excuse me. Anyway, so they start dickering, and we want the house. We want the house. And Wei Fong saying, no, but we don't want to pay the 50,000 RMB penalty to you guys. Give us a break. Give us a break. We gave you a break before. Give us a break. And they go at this for like an hour and a half. So at the end, they dropped, with their big hearts, they dropped a 50,000 RMB penalty down to 45,000 RMB. I was not impressed. Anyway, but as I said, it was our fault. So, and we had to pay the real estate fees. After we came out of there, we had to pay them $65,000 RMB, not dollars. If it was dollars, this place would have been gone. But they didn't read clause number 3 or understand clause number 3, or else, because they really wanted this place, we would have been moving. So the moral of this story is, when you're in China, as anywhere else, if you're going to sign a contract, read it, understand it. Make sure when you, oh, and by the way, any of you foreigners out there, you see a real estate company with a yellow shirt, don't use them. Use somebody else. These guys are unprofessional. They're just terrible. They don't work for you. They work against you. It's sad, but it's true. Anyway, that's all I've got to say about that. Back to this. If you're signing a contract anywhere, in China especially, because they're cutthroat, they will go by the letter of that contract, and they will take you to court, and they will win, because they know their stuff better than you do. So always make sure you know what you're signing. Because I'm not very smart, and now I really have no money, because they took 65,000 RMB off me yesterday, and I'm sitting here whining and ranting about it to you people out there, because I just don't want to see somebody else out there go through the same thing that I did. My wife didn't sleep for the whole 8 days. She had big bags under her eyes. So, you know, this is just a little warning to people. When you're, and you know, I've sold a couple of places in China before, but you see, we backed out. So I guess, as I say, it's our fault. So anyway, if you're thinking of buying or selling a property in China, make sure that you know somebody that can read a contract and explain it to you 100% before you sign and put your little thumbprint on it, because if you don't, you will have problems. Anyway, that's my rant for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you do, like always, like, comment, subscribe, and you can all of the people that watch and give me comments, you can tell me how stupid I am down in the comments section, because this time, this is Gweilo60's stupidest Chinese moment. And that's probably what I'm going to name this video, because that's what it is, my stupidest moment in China. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye now. By the way, I may be stupid, but I'm still at home in Hojilu, where I've always been. And you know what? I do like it here.